Today I am going to solve a very interesting question in math count that was asked by one of my students who is taking math count online class from me. The question is here. Question is no doubt very long, but question is really interesting. Pauline was walking through a train tunnel on her way to town. Suddenly she heard the whistle of a train approaching from far behind. Pauline knew that the train always traveled at an even 60 miles per hour. She also knew that she was exactly 3/8 of the way through the tunnel. She could tell from the train whistle how far the train was from the tunnel. Pauline wasn't sure if she could run forward as fast as she could run back to the near end of the tunnel. She did some lightning fast calculations based on how fast she could run and length of the tunnel. She figured out that whichever way she ran, she would just barely make it out of the tunnel before the train reached her. So the question is asking, how fast could Pauline run? I would advise you to go through the questions 2 times minimum to understand what are the informations given in the question. And here I am going to provide the solution. Let us assume this is the tunnel SE and this is the train that is approaching from one end of the tunnel, and S is the point where the tunnel starts and E is the point where the tunnel ends. Now Pauline is standing somewhere here. So this distance from the beginning of the tunnel to the point where Pauline is standing, the distance is 3/8 of the tunnel and remaining is 5/8 of the tunnel, length of the tunnel. Now I have also assumed, here I have written everything, T is equal to, let us assume, the length of the tunnel in miles. D is equal to distance between train and the start of the tunnel. So train starts here and start of the tunnel is this point. So the D is indicated here. This is the distance D. So from the picture I think it is very much clear to you. From the train's engine to the end of the tunnel, the total distance is D plus T. Length of the tunnel is T miles, and D is the distance between train and the start of the tunnel. Now let us assume Pauline runs at P miles per minute. That is my assumption. Train also runs at 1 mile per minute. These are the two assumptions I have made in order to solve this question. Later I will tell you why I have taken as 1 mile per minute. To make the calculations easier, I teach my students to assume things accordingly to make the calculations easier. Time taken by train to reach S. Time taken by train to reach S. From the train is here and it has to cover a distance of D miles. So time taken by train will be D minutes because the train runs at 1 mile per minute. So time taken will be D minutes. Time taken by the Pauline to reach S will be 3T by 8 over P. That is 3T by 8P. Distance is speed is distance over time, and distance here in this case is 3T by 8, and P is the time taken. P is the speed. Time you are finding, so time will be distance by speed. Distance is 3T by 8 and speed is P miles per minute. So we have got the time taken by Pauline to reach S 3T by 8P minutes. I don't think there is any confusion so far. Now, time for the train to reach end of the tunnel. End of the tunnel is at point E, that you already know. So time will be how much? Total distance will be D plus T, and you know that train runs at 1 mile per minute. So time will be D plus T minute. that I have mentioned here, and time for Pauline to reach E. When Pauline starts running, and she will take this much of time, 5t by 8p, to reach end E. And in the question it is given they both reach at the same time, so we can equate 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 are same as per question. Now equating these two equations, d plus t equals to 5t by 8p, and now plug in d equals to 3t by 8p, which we have found earlier. We get t equals to, on further solving, we get t equals to 2t by 8p. This is what we have got. Now solve it further, and you will find, dividing both sides by t, we get 1 equals to 1 by 4p, that is 4p equals to 1, or p equals to 1 by 4. Now what we assumed in the beginning? We assumed in the beginning p is equal to, p is the miles per minute. It is the speed of Pauline, p miles per minute. So finally what we got? Finally we got p equals to 1 by 4. That means 1 by 4 miles per minute, that is Pauline's speed. 1 by 4 miles per minute, which means in 1 minute 1 by 4 miles. So in 4 minutes 1 mile. So in 60 minutes 15 miles. So that means 15 minute, in 60 minutes 15 miles. So in total, finally we get the speed 15 miles per hour, that is Pauline's speed. I hope the question was definitely a lengthy question, but if you can go through the question step by step, solving the question was not very difficult, and understanding also. Even if you feel that you did not understand any of the point asked in the question and explained in the solution part, you can write me in the comment section, and I will definitely answer your question. Thank you very much. See you in the next class. Please do like and subscribe to my channel, which mainly deals with questions on mathematics from different competitive exams. Thank you very much.